Hello again. Over and over lately, a message has been brought to me. In different ways, you have been saying, I feel lonely. I long for companionship on this journey. Where are all the others? Can we not come together? Can we not find comfort and togetherness? I so dislike this feeling of being alone. That's what you've been telling me, and I understand this feeling because this is what I have also felt, especially so in the beginning of my journey, where I also disliked my loneliness, and in fact, I did everything short of lying on the floor, kicking and screaming at what felt like an imposed, unfair isolation. And I also demanded to know, where are all the others? Can't we get together? Why do I feel so alone? I said it too, because even though I often touched another here and there, for the most part, I still found myself alone and lonely. Even though I would meet a similar soul here or there, eventually we drifted apart for reasons unknown, and having become accustomed to their companionship, it left me feeling more alone than ever. And many of you have expressed these same things to me, and so I would like to offer you the real solution of how to cure this loneliness. Because people come and people go, don't they? Groups form and groups dissolve. So how can we actually cure our loneliness? Over time, I was able to hear the message that my loneliness was trying to tell me, but it wasn't what you may think it's trying to say. Curiously, my loneliness wasn't trying to tell me to meet more people like myself, although that is indeed often a welcomed balm to the ache in your soul, and I know it is, but that wasn't actually what my loneliness was trying to tell me. Rather, in the same way that the pain in my hand would be sending me the message to take it off the hot stove, the pain of my loneliness was trying to communicate to me in a similar manner, and it wasn't simply to motivate me to meet more people like myself, because, as I said, the truth is, not only do people come and go, but even in a room full of people, you can still be utterly alone, can't you? You can still have that ache inside. And so, eventually, after I tried to remedy this ache with various people and groups, and I had no real satisfaction, I began to look at it differently and approach it in a different way. Now, the things I tried in the meantime did help. They certainly did offer temporary relief. Meeting others, joining groups, all that made me feel better for a time, and I'm sure they do the same for you. But they never really resolved my loneliness. So, after much round and round, I finally began to hear the message my loneliness was trying to tell me. Now, maybe you will also have to experience X amount of this round and round before you can hear this. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you can jump this experience. So, in the name of trying to jump this round and round experience, I am honored to be able to present you the actual message that you will eventually discover that your loneliness was trying to tell you all along. And here it is. You need to more truly, more closely, more intimately understand and resonate with the oneness of your being. Now hold on, I know most of you already know this oneness and believe in it, but there are different levels of belief, of understanding. For example, we can intellectually agree with something. We can know it inside and out, and we can completely agree with the entire concept of it. But then there comes a deeper understanding, and it's different. It's very different. Suddenly, your mental or intellectual understanding drops to a deeper level within you where you no longer agree with whatever concept. You no longer agree because agreement in itself has become irrelevant. And it's become irrelevant because what you thought you understood has now become your inescapable truth. You can no longer choose or not choose to agree anymore. It's a part of you. It's reflexive. Do you see? Utter oneness becomes your inescapable truth, your new reality, and not just in a metaphorical sense, but in a practical, day-to-day way. And when our understanding of oneness drops deeper within us like that, when it becomes our inescapable truth, then we are no longer lonely. We constantly feel connected to everyone and everything, whether it's familiar to us or not. Now, following your particular patterns and beliefs, some things will feel a little more or a little less more homey to you. And that's to be expected because they are being passed through those particular filters. But even so, all are your sons and your daughters. All are your mothers and your fathers. All are your sisters and your brothers. And this is whether they are casting stones at you or kissing you. Everything has become your intimate family, and you will no longer be able to escape this knowing. You can't turn it on and off. It's a part of you. And with this knowing, loneliness just begins to recede into a largely antiquated and curious perspective from another time when you didn't see as well. It just dissipates. Please join me for part 2.